Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the James Brown Podcast. I'm your host Raj, and with me, as always, is my co-host Spencer.
Hey everybody.
We're back!
We're back!
It's been a week, and we are back, and Spencer is married.
Hallelujah!
Man, that was one hell of a wedding.
It turned out like, okay, all of the planning, all the money, all the preparation, all of the stress, like all of the falling apart of my own physical psyche, all made sense. It was amazing. People keep saying how awesome it was, and I'm like, that's so awesome.
It was the best wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Because it didn't last 7 days?
Oh. Hey, man.
You might want to explain that to some people who don't, frequent East Indian culture.
In my culture, typically the celebration of a wedding can last upwards of a week to 2 weeks. And so it's just a running joke with Spencer and I.
Mine lasted a day. And you know what? I was really sad because at the end of it, we were dancing and having fun. And it was about 11 o'clock and a lot of my guests were getting tired and leaving. And I wanted to stay, but I had to do like this leaving ceremony thing. And so I had to leave. And then we went to a hotel. It was really nice. But I mean, like, I really wanted to stay there. Like, me and Janelle had this moment where we were standing looking at the lights just before we left. We both had a little cry. It was like, this is over.
Speaking of cry, so when we were standing under the tree, there wasn't actually an altar. This was a backyard wedding. I was one of the groomsmen standing in the back. Ray was behind me. Spencer was in the front. We're watching your wife-to-be walk in. I look at you, and then your lip starts trembling, and you close your eyes, and I whisper to Ray, say, Ray, he's breaking. And then you open your eyes, and I see tears like, oh, God, there it goes. And the thing is, look, it's hard for me to cry, but when someone close to me cries, it's pretty easy for me to break, too. So that made me start crying. And then Ray, watching both of us cry, also started crying. So you started a goddamn chain reaction. But man, first of all, I was sweating buckets. It was hot.
It was so hot.
It was so hot.
It was like 32, 33 degrees. Yeah.
But it was so much fun. The ceremony itself was okay, but like the reception was fun. Especially how when I had to walk and then apparently I went the wrong way. I didn't go down the right part of the aisle, and then I just yelled, I make my own path.
You said that?
Yeah.
During the wedding?
No, it was during the reception.
Oh, I see.
You told me to keep silent during the wedding. That's what I did.
Yeah, thanks, man. Okay, funny. I asked Raj to be more tame because he can get a little vulgar sometimes during his speech. He did an amazing speech. I passed a couple tears.
Did you?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, that makes me feel good.
Oh, it was really good. Janelle was like teary-eyed the whole time. It was great. But then my little brother goes up and he starts making all these sex jokes and stuff. And I was like, oh, man. Like, I told Raj to be so careful. And then, oh, jeez. So, yeah. Okay, the wedding overall was a super compressed event of awesomeness. And I'm glad you were there to take part of it, man.
I felt like a king, man, because...
Isn't it true?
Yeah, as a groomsman, it's just like, I could do whatever I wanted. It was great.
There were these 4 blonde girls who were kind of all my relatives. They'd all walk up, do you want more tea, want more drinks? And they'd come up and bring us more punch, and it was really nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, people always, like, every time I would walk among the crowd, I would get, like, stopped and congratulated from the speech. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
It's really nice being married, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, because Janelle and I, we didn't live together before we got married, and that kind of went along with a bunch of other things we didn't do together before we got married. I'm not going to go into that, don't worry, but I'm just saying...
We talked about that at the last podcast.
Waking up beside somebody you love, and it being, like, legal, I guess, feels so good. It's just so relaxed. Like, we're 4 days in, maybe? I don't know. And it feels like it's always been this way. It's so cool.
That's nice.
And Janelle's really accommodating. Like, none of my life has been disrupted by her joining my life. We've kind of merged, right?
She's, like, gone seamlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does, like,
it's almost like she's always been here.
Yeah, she didn't stop the guys' night or anything. Like, we hung out yesterday, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Even though that was a Tuesday night. That was weird.
Yeah.
So anyway, speaking of nights,
hey, man.
Tonight is the last day that I'm going to be here in this kind of area of British Columbia. I'm going off to an undisclosed location for my honeymoon, and I'm leaving till the following Saturday, so 2 Saturdays from now. So that means there's going to be, unless, Raj does a solo cast, there's going to be another hiatus for this.
Well, actually, I was thinking I might actually do a live stream with me in the audience. That way it's not really me being solo.
You got to really hope that the fans join in on that.
Otherwise, it will be a solo cast.
It'd be you and Sean, Holmes, Luca Castle, all those guys, they'll be there. And everyone else who I forgot to mention, don't get offended.
You want to tell them what I got you?
Okay, so Raj has been hyping up this gift to me for a while, and the last gift that he made me open up in front of the podcast came to mixed reviews only because my reaction was subpar. I was disappointed. I still love the banners. They're excellent. But the reaction was probably not what he was looking for. So I was like, oh, it feels bad, man. So he gave me the gift, and I opened it, and on the box is Full Metal Alchemist. And I'm like, I freaking love Full Metal Alchemist, yeah! So I'm like opening it, and I like rip the box. But I open it, and inside is a legit replica pocket watch that Ed held the whole time. And inside was the same engraving, never forget. Oh my goodness. Like, it's so freaking crazy. And then he got the same necklace that Ed wore and a Naruto ring, which
That wasn't supposed to be
I
there.
think it fell in from the manufacturer, but it's okay because all of their workers speak perfect English. That's what it wrote on the card. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he also gave me a package holding a cloak from the Freedom? What are they called?
The Survey Corps from Attack on
Yeah,
Titan.
the Survey Corps. So I got a green Survey Corps cape, which feels really good. And I'm really happy about that. So I have that displayed proudly on one of my hooks in my house. So, and it's summer, man. It's freaking hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 30 degrees plus every single day for the past week.
Which is a lot for us in Canada.
Yeah, we're not used to. All our igloos are melting, so we're pretty much homeless at this point. And our dogs are dying of heat. The polar bears have come down and started mowing on our cats.
My dog is not happy with the heat.
No, not at all. Or the polar bears.
True Canadian fashion, I own a Siberian Husky.
It's true. You actually do. I don't own a dog because in the suite that I'm living in, it's not really allowed for a couple years, but it's okay. It's good.
So, back to the wedding. Only have 2 major complaints. You know where one of these is going. Both of them involve the bridesmaids. First of all, the bridesmaids were wholeheartedly useless during this entire wedding. They didn't do anything. See, at the
They
end
provided support for Janelle.
and that's it. See, at the end of the reception, what happened was the rest of the wedding party was supposed to help clean up. So, the groomsmen like, yeah, fair. So we go to clean up okay, first of all, half the bridesmaids instantly leave. They go home. The other half take off their dresses, which is fine because they're big and, they get in the way. I'm like,
Put
all right.
clothes on.
They put, sweats on, whatever, and they just proceed to lay down on the ground and just, relax, do absolutely nothing, sit in a circle and start talking, gossiping and stuff. And then just the groomsmen are all cleaning up. We're doing the work. It's like, why are you even here? Like, what's the point?
Thanks, guys. Feels like I chose the right guys,
Yeah, you did.
Half of them are my brothers. The other half are my brothers from another mother's here.
Yeah. The other complaint I have is my partner was, she was a piece of work. Let's put it that way. I'm pretty sure she's one of the extras that Nell had to pick up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, her and Steph have had issues back and forth. Steph doesn't really know how to. It's weird.
Steph doesn't know how to be a person. Yeah. She's extraordinarily selfish, but acts like a victim.
Well, it's because she didn't. You're a very touchy person, and I think she was afraid that you would be touchy, and you were.
I only touched her twice.
Twice, man.
That's it.
You
1.5.
You
One
went
and a half.
around from the back and hugged across her upper chest.
Yeah.
That breaks boundaries, man.
Eh,
That breaks tons of boundaries.
meh.
See what I mean?
And then she spent the entire wedding in a corner with her boyfriend.
Yeah, that was kind of lame. It's like,
Didn't even say bye to me.
she didn't say bye to
Didn't
us
even say
either,
bye to me.
the
No.
wedding couple. And her family didn't say anything to us.
She didn't even talk to me unless I initiated a conversation.
There's a lot of people who just didn't talk to us, and I don't know if it's just because it was a wedding, they thought we were busy, but it would have been nice to just have a
I'm pretty salty about that.
Yeah,
I'm
you are pretty
pretty goddamn salty about this. Hey, Steph. Fuck you.
Whoa. Hey,
What?
take it easy, man.
I'm salty, dude.
I don't think she'll ever hear that, but just take it easy.
If like 10 years from now, she's like, hey, I heard you said on the podcast. Actually, we won't be talking anyway, so it won't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, just an aside, I don't feel that way. I feel like both parties had relative issues that could be worked out if they sat down to cough. Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, no, I'm not looking at you like anything.
Oh, I thought you were just intimidating me because I was trying to be a mediator.
No.
I just don't. I think the F word needs to be reserved for more intense situations being salty about a wedding.
There's a certain word that I use for,
No.
that I reserve.
No, that word just, it hurts my gut.
It's my favorite word.
No, okay. So, summer 2014.
We are in a new anime season. That was a really smooth transition.
You're welcome.
Well done.
So we have been following the new seasons of different anime throughout. We have a big list of anime that we've either not even bothered to watch, dropped, or individually dropped. But this time, we're trying to keep the following section down to mostly anime that we will both watch together.
Yeah, because the solo recaps honestly weren't all that interesting. Just hearing one person talk for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Now, if there's something that is vastly popular amongst the anime community, and I'm the only reason it's not being watched for reasons that everyone
Or me.
would know, other way around, yeah, we will talk about it, but that'll be based on your guys' recommendations. At this point, we're just going to go over quickly what we've dropped before we get into what we haven't.
All right, let's do that.
So, first one is Glass Lips. Now, you didn't even try watching Glass Lips.
No.
It was pretty. The
animation,
yeah, the
very
characters seemed
pretty.
interesting. There seemed to be some story going on, but honestly, by about 3/4 into the anime, they're kind of worrying about chickens. I don't know all the characters' names. I'm super bored. I was like, I'm done. I just didn't care enough to continue on with Glass Lips. It was just too fragile. It broke.
Oh my god. First part of the new season.
Okay.
I might give that one a shot, though.
Well, you can try the first episode, and if you find it to be decent, because I didn't even finish, right? I was busy with wedding stuff too, but I just didn't finish. I just didn't.
There's a lot on this list that I refuse to even bother with.
Yeah.
Just because we know they're going to be bad.
Speaking of bad, the Stupid Rock one I wrote, but it's also called Samurai Jam. This one follows along the same lines as Free, there's a lot of abs, muscles, and shirts coming off.
Abs.
You didn't even watch that. That's
No,
from
but
YaMaPeta.
it's still funny, dude.
Okay, so the Stupid Rock one, Samurai Jam, is about a dude who has a guitar in an age of emperors in Japan. So it's a feudal age or whatever they call it. They had a certain name for the era. But pretty much all of the military high-ranking officials are pop singers, okay? And you have to sing Heaven's Song in order to become a pop singer, and guitars are being banned because everyone is only allowed to sing this one song. And this guy got a guitar from a crazy-looking guy. He plays his song, which turns out to be rock and roll from America, and he gathers these people around him, and the episode ends. Now, honestly, it seems interesting.
That's hilarious.
But I just don't care. Like, there's just...
Is there a point in the episode where like he starts playing guitar and his shirt explodes?
Well, the problem is he's not bad at singing, he's good, and so they have these really cheesy singing moments that I would have wished he was bad, you know?
Okay.
And yeah, the shirt came off. Like when they were playing at like the peak of their song, shirts are flying, smiles, sweat flares, it's really gross. I just was not interested in it at all.
So the next one is one I'm actually interested in, but I haven't watched yet.
Really?
It's Spencer...
No.
Just telling me that he doesn't like... Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I skipped one. The next one is one that we're both not interested in because we've heard nothing but awful things. How do we even say this? Argevollen?
Argevollen? I don't know.
It's the generic mech one. You know what I'm talking about. It's just not. We watched the preview video.
It was
and it wasn't good.
Meh.
The mech looked okay, and then we saw it move, and then stopped looking okay.
Yeah.
I like the design of the mech.
We were just spoiled by Breakblade, honestly. Hand-drawn mech is the best. You just can't beat it.
Yeah, of course.
Was Gundam hand-drawn?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah. So the Gundam set the bar. Breakblade was great. There's one exception, and that's one we're actually following. And Raj has a few issues with that, but we'll explain that later. That's with Noah.
No, but I was thinking about, what was it, Valve Rave? I thought that did CGI mechs very well.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
Yeah.
Until they raped somebody, and I gave up. Okay, so the next one was DRAMAtrical Murder. I started off
That's
probably
the one I'm actually interested in.
5 minutes into this anime and gave up. It was a bunch of pretty boys with fashion pops hairstyles, and I was disinterested.
Okay.
And you haven't even watched it. I just have no words. I'm just meh.
I want to try it. I read the synopsis and the story sounds interesting.
Just tell me what you think. I just can't handle the pretty boy stuff. I just meh.
Speaking of Pretty Boy.
Yeah, okay. I watched the first episode because I watched the entirety of season 1 of Free. I don't really know what I was thinking because it was very much for women. There's a lot of abs. It's because I'm a swimmer. I'm a lifeguard. I like the animation. It was really beautiful, and the characters are pretty funny. Not to mention the studio that does the animation does K-On! And Beyond the Boundary and all those kind. And
Which explains why the art is so good.
yeah, and it's amazing. But Free is there's just more guys added to this weird man harem and muscles and really gay acting, like very girly portrayed men, like especially that one little guy with the blonde. No guy acts like that. But they're I don't know how.
There's one character in Free who someone made an image on this on Twitter. It was hilarious, where it's like he's like dark hair. I don't know his name.
Oh, I remember that.
But it's like swimming Sasuke, and then it went to Haikyuu and it showed I don't remember his name, Yama something, and it's like volleyball Sasuke. I'm like, it's true. It's always the dark, brooding character, and he's just playing sports now.
Oh, and the guy from Ace is baseball Sasuke.
Yeah, it's baseball Sasuke and Tensu.
Okay, so that was free. Bye. Okay, so Haikyuu I think is still ongoing.
It is. I have watched a little bit of it again, and it's funny. Still waiting on some action, though.
You know what though? If this season of anime summer looks as dismal as it does with the amount that we're not going to follow, we could marathon Haikyuu and catch up to it. If there's a big enough outcry.
There's still not enough action though.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see.
But it's still funny, so there's that. Ha, hoo, ha.
That's what it is. Okay, Hamatora.
The second season, no.
No.
Just no.
No, thank you.
Never.
Bye.
Again.
Okay, this one. HaNaYaMaTa. I'm assuming that's the first sounds of each of the girls' names.
Probably.
Ooh, if I'm right. Yeah.
I mean, it's an idol anime.
It's an idol anime.
It can't be that like complicated.
And it means it's going to be idly sitting off my queue. Whoa!
Oh, high five. See, we don't watch idol anime here at J&B.
Okay, Invaders of the Rokujyoma. That's that really...
It's harem, so I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, and I'm not. So there's that. If you are interested in it, and it's really good, I probably won't watch it, because Her Flag Breaks was one of the standout harems you've seen in a long time.
Her Flag Breaks got really weird, but good.
Mm-hmm. So
you should watch that.
Okay, Locodol.
You watched this.
I watched 5 minutes of this because it was so sugary, sweet, childish. I think it's another idol one. Just disinterested.
Oh yeah, that's one with the two girls.
It was so boring. It just was so boring. Okay. So Raj did not watch this, but I did. Now
I kind of want to watch it after you told me about it.
Love Stage. I was interested in it because the art seemed kind of weird. Okay, got through the first portion. Oh, the art wasn't so bad. It seems really cute. I got to that opening. Okay, if you don't know anything about me, that makes me incredibly uncomfortable. Now, it's not because I'm closed-minded, okay? It's because it makes me incredibly uncomfortable. And we're all allowed to have something that makes us incredibly uncomfortable. And having two men run around happily holding hands and almost kissing through the entire opening makes me uncomfortable. And the fact that throughout the whole anime, it seemed like it would be an interesting concept. There's a guy who looks like a girl. His parents are actors. He's trying to get a career. He filmed a shoot when he was young and passed for a girl, and now he has to film the same kind of commercial 10 years later kind of thing. Interesting. The fact that there's all this pseudo-homosexual undertones throughout the whole thing, because I know what's coming. I just can't handle it. You're going to be all over that. Not because of the homosexual undertones, but because you like that kind of out there stuff. But I
like unconventional romance.
And it wasn't even funny, you know? Like, even if it held me and it was funny. Yeah. I don't know. I've watched way more of these than you, I think. Because I'm the one most talking about these. Okay.
And yet, for some reason, I'm the most caught up in the ones that we're actually watching.
Yeah, it's because I was busy watching all these.
I guess.
Okay, so this one I'm never watching.
Momo Kyun's Sword. This is a completely fan service battle anime.
Is Kyun like an ending? Like Kyun?
Kinda.
Oh.
It's like something cutesy you can say.
Yeah.
I'll be all over this one. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about it.
I'm narrowing down my anime like I've always been doing. But because Janelle's like going to be living here with me, I don't want to be watching anything that I'm not proud of watching. Right? So I don't want to.
I think this one's going to be better than Blade and Soul. Blade and Soul had really good art, which is its art
Blade
is better
and Soul
than
was
this
ridiculous.
one. The only issue I had with Blade, well, there's a few issues with Blade and Soul, but one of the main issues with it is that the only interesting character was the main character, and she was the only one who was actually kind of attractive too. Mm-hmm. So it was
Okay, so Persona 4 Golden. I believe there was a Persona 4 the animation, like the first anime, and this is like of a different game, and word on the street is...
This is supposed to be confusing if you haven't played Persona 4. I've played Persona 3. Have you played Persona before? No.
I've never played any Persona games.
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet.
It's a PSP thing, right?
It's on the PS3 as well.
It's a Sony thing.
It's on the... There's a DS games
really?
and stuff too. Yeah, it's all over the place. I'll watch it. I'll try watching it anyway. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm not sure if I'm going to understand it or like it.
I'm really digging the couch.
Yeah, we changed our location for recording. We used to sit on chairs. Now we're sitting on his couch. So much more comfortable.
We're airplaying our list of anime that we're going to talk about to the TV. So,
dude, technology's so cool.
Yeah, it's really nice, really casual. Okay, so Rail
our knees
Wars.
aren't touching anymore though.
No, they're not.
Now our arms
Shoulders,
are.
Yeah. So Rail Wars. I have to say two words. 3 words, and you guys will understand why I am not going to be talking about this season at all, okay? That run scene. Okay? You watched it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that run scene
Oh,
was the
man.
most ridiculous boob jiggle I have ever seen in my life.
It was pretty ridiculous.
Like, it was like, okay, click. Like, I finished the episode, okay?
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The action was interesting, except I got let down so many times. Like, they had a fall scene, they had panty shots.
Hey, but now we know the fall can actually happen in
I
real
know we
life.
can.
We can't call bullcrap on that
It's
anymore.
true, the fall can in that game. But, no. Just no. Way to ruin an actual decent concept. There's security guards in a rail station. It could be funny. It could be servant ex-service funny. It could be working funny. But they ruined it with the amount of fan service that they have. I mean, at least they ruined it for me.
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Different strokes for different folks.
I'm
I
really
guess.
liking it. It's gonna be one that I'm gonna keep up with probably for the rest of the season. It's so funny.
The cast seems interesting. Art style's beautiful. Story direction seems interesting. Fan service, I'm out.
All right.
You can judge me if you want, but whatever. That's what I'm saying. Rail Wars, if it turns out to be a cult classic community one, you can talk about it. Because personally, I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it.
Okay.
Because you just have to, because if I'm not, like, you just cut out, like, the fan service stuff or explain it in different ways. I just don't want to see it, you know? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Sabagebu survival game. Sabagebu survival game is...
Sabagebu.
Okay, so this one, I might have read the book cover wrong here, people, but I turned on the Crunchyroll thing. There come a big splash screen of a bunch of girls, busty girls, bunch of girls. I was like, no, thank you. This is just gonna go nowhere good. The
Spencer
story's
has
gonna be.
a weird thing where if the cast is only women, he won't watch it.
What series was really good about all women aside from Sailor Moon? But that was a show. I watched Shoujo though. I watched Shoujo because there's guys in it. This is like a high school girl thing. It's not gonna be good.
It might be. I don't know. It could be funny.
It could be funny.
You watched that stupid Go Home Club that had all
There was a
women?
guy in there.
Was there?
Good Job Club.
I
Yeah.
never got. No, not Good Job Club. Go Home Club.
That-
The one that was obsessed with seals and
Oh,
crap?
I did. I dropped that though at 5,
No,
6
you
episodes
finished
in.
it.
I did not finish it.
Oh, I thought you said you
No,
finished it.
I dropped it. But yes, that was pretty funny. Now, if this turns out to be like that, okay, and to be fair, the Good Job Club, it's not actually the Good Job Club, but it's the GJ Club. If it had a bigger girl, but she was like a dumb animal kind of thing. It was kind of funny. I don't know.
Oh, you mean bigger as in more busty?
Last season ruined me. There was a lot of like sexual stuff, and because there's so much sexual stuff this season too, I'm kind of nervous. So you have to filter that one for me.
We're not following a lot of sexual stuff though.
No, we're
I
not.
don't think we're following any.
Okay, and then we wrote Samurai Jam again at the bottom because I
You
wrote
spelled samurai wrong. Samurai.
Sumarai. It's like Sakurai. Oh, Smash 4. Okay.
Oh, the hype is real.
Did you guys see that Fire Emblem release? Because that was freaking intense.
Dude, Lucina is my favorite Fire Emblem
I think
character. I'm so
Robin
happy.
looks like an interesting player. Like, really interesting. And I'm excited when they finally reveal my main, Ganondorf.
He'll probably be.
He needs to come. Okay, so now we're on to our following, which is
Do
relatively
we want to do
short.
Crepe Corner before we do this?
Yeah, let's do that. Crepe Corner.
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea. So,
It's gonna be a short
Janelle
podcast.
and a bunch of her bridesmaids, which are actually her friends, because they're not really bridesmaids anymore, came over and helped put away a bunch of the new stuff that we got for our wedding.
So I want to say, with the exception of my partner, I actually liked all the bridesmaids. I'm friends with them. They're cool people.
But they put all our answered crepe questions back in the bowl. And for Raj let me know that we actually got a sad email from a guy who, back in the day...
No,
okay,
I already... No, just don't talk about that.
no? Okay.
I talked to that guy. Don't worry about
Okay.
it.
Well, that guy, we're sorry, but we just answered your question now. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Now. Oh, okay. Do you cook? What is your favorite food? Other hobbies aside from anime? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't cook, but I bake. I'm pretty good at baking, like cakes, muffins, pastries, stuff like that. Spencer cooks. He cooked me dinner last night. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I cooked you, Georgie, and Ray delicious meatball spaghetti with garlic bread.
Oh, good.
See, it would have been way better if they had come on frickin' time. They were an hour late, and I had to keep trying to maintain the softness of the noodles and stuff. It was really annoying. I cook. I can cook shepherd's pie, meatloaf, spaghetti, egg omelets, everything, really. Butter chicken. I can make all that stuff. I just need to have the time and the ingredients and someone to cook for. Because if I'm cooking for myself, I get lazy.
Okay, favorite food. We discussed this before. I don't have one.
I think we did discuss this before.
Uh,
I love me some butter chicken, naan bread,
yeah.
and rice.
You know what? I think I might have that tonight.
Really?
This sounds like a butter chicken kind of night.
I really want butter chicken.
And what was the last one?
Other hobbies.
other than anime? Gaming.
Yeah.
I play a ton of League of Legends. You play on occasion.
Yep.
Do I do anything else other than game and anime?
I hack Smash Brothers. So
that's right.
Project M, I think we talked about this
You
before.
mod Smash Brothers.
I mod Smash Brothers. So I do a bunch of file replacements and texture replacements on Smash Brothers Brawl through Project M as a base. So that's really exciting. If you want to look at it, it's Project MPAT edition. If you Google it, it'll probably come up. And yeah, I also play guitar,
I
sing,
read manga.
fish, hunt, bike, play tennis, football. I really like football. I like playing baseball.
Actual football or soccer?
Real football in high school.
All right.
Soccer, I really like soccer. I like board games as well,
soccer.
card games.
Board games and card games, yes.
Love playing movies.
Oh man! All right, so one of the guys, Julian, who was at your wedding, he and I were talking, and then I found out that he too was someone who played Yu-Gi-Oh competitively. I was like, oh my god,
Julian?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, and his girlfriend played it too.
Really?
And I was like, you can't be serious. And like we like hit it off really hard after that. I was like, yes,
That's awesome.
I found others.
Julian, I would not strike me as a guy who would do that. Not that it's a bad thing, but I guess I wouldn't strike me either. Yeah, so there you go.
All right, pick another one. Pick a tiny one.
Top 3 anime of all time.
Let's do top 5. Top 3 is too short.
Okay, so for me, immediately
Let's do our number ones together and then number 2s. You know what I mean?
Number ones. Okay, number 1 for me is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Mine is the exact same. FMA Brotherhood.
Okay, number 2 for me is Gurren Lagann.
Mine is also Gurren Lagann.
Okay, number 3 for me, yikes.
My number 3 is Attack on Titan.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Yeah, Attack on Titan, number 3.
Wow, we're
Yeah.
same at top 3 so far. All right.
Okay, this is where things get different, because number 4 for me is Meisani Koku.
Mine is Code Geass.
Okay, Code Geass was up there for me, but I like to... It lost to the top 3 adventure anime of all time to me, kind of, because Death Note could be up there too, but...
Death Note wasn't up there for me because how Nier found out who Kira was bullcrap. His eyes glowed.
Yeah.
Made no sense.
Meisani Koku is just a beautiful romance anime. I can't hype it enough. It's just so good. Old school drawing, all that stuff. It's really nice. My last one. I'm digging the databanks here, man. Kuroko's up there, but it's not finished.
Kuroko's not in my top 5, but it's good. It's so good. My number 5, it was a tie, but I kind of forgot what it was tied with. I don't remember what that anime is anymore.
Oh, Steins Gate.
Oh, okay. My tie, I remember it. It was Steins Gate tied with Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ooh.
Yeah. I can't pick a better one out of those two. They're just
when One
so
Piece
good.
finishes, it'll launch up to there.
One day.
But, geez Louise. Okay, yeah, Steins Gate was a really good for number 5 for me. Yeah.
So that's a top 5.
It's a tough question, you guys.
It is.
Okay, so now we're on to the following for this season. And we're going to start off with what I think, is gonna be the absolute best this season.
This is top 3 for me, at least.
Aldnoah Zero. Aldnoah Zero.
Is... Okay.
We're going to call it Noah now.
First
or
episode...
Zero, I don't know which one.
Let's call it Aldnoah. Let's call it that.
Aldnoah, yeah, okay.
So first episode, I was bored because the main character, what was his name? Inaho? He's emotionless. I don't like that kind of character. He's just doing The whole Martian thing was cool, and it was cutting back and forth, which was interesting, but I wanted more Martians and less humans. And then we got to the planetary drop onto New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That was amazing.
And that just accelerated to to the next episode where the annihilation just continued. Just absolutely continued. People got wrecked right, left, and center.
The guy who abandoned the kids in the car, and he just gets destroyed.
Yeah, he books it out of the car, gets smoked by a rock.
Oh my
People are being
God.
ripped, cut in half. The dude ejected from his freaking jet plane. The guy slammed him with his spaceship.
That is something you don't
That's
do, man.
really rude. And I really like how they're building Slane out to be a character who's really is liking his homeland, and Yuki and the princess.
We don't know the reason that he
We already
left.
assumed that Lucia was already alive.
Of course she's alive.
But I mean, man, and the strategy of taking out the comm satellites right away and all of their
that was
resources.
brilliant.
Yeah,
That was brilliant.
this
Taking out
this
our
anime got me
foundation.
hyped, and I was talking to Raj, and I was like, look, episode's gonna end way too quickly. This is it. This is gonna be so good.
The main issue I have with this series is that I really, really hate the mech design. It's so boring.
The generic, the
human mech
the
design.
human mechs. But you know what? It kind of makes sense.
Alien
because
mechs are cool.
The humans are like, oh, we got this. We have our mechs and all this stuff, and then they're getting squashed like insects.
The CG is just ugly on those things.
Yeah.
It was a bit better on the one Martian mech that was purple or pink or whatever.
Well, all the Martians I liked, and then it was flipping between hand drawn and not.
Yeah, when it was hand drawn, I'm like, why does this look so good? Oh, it's not CG.
Yeah. So, anyways, Aldnoah Zero definitely in the top 3 this season.
Looking forward to Inaho actually doing something.
Yeah.
And not being a bored. You know what's funny? When when he got like taken out by the princess and like he's being held out, she's like, "Can I ask you a question?" You're like, "He has the perfect personality for this moment,
for this situation." Yeah,
so
he'll answer any question because he's not really frazzled. Okay, so next is Captain Mirth. We're here, and we missed 2 episodes.
No, we're caught up.
Oh, we've chatted about it last week?
No, we haven't.
No, we're fine.
Oh, yeah.
But they're not. So pretty much what happened was the team is battling as always. They lost Bugbear, which I think we talked about because we talked about the cards and everything. I think the episode after that, Puck, being super malicious, decided to send the asteroid space satellite thing down to Earth. And that made Hana trigger the Bloom weapon.
And Hana was, apparently she kisses Daichi every night.
Oh, yeah. Hana was crying because she kept kissing Daichi. We're wondering what that is.
But she can't kiss him when he's awake because she's afraid of him finding out that she's a princess.
Or something.
Yeah.
She was genetically engineered based off of specific genetic traits that could fire a live blaster, but when she was created, she was unable to do so.
Yeah, so she can't
So
pilot the
thus
Bloom.
making her still more useless. At least we thought.
And then Pitts gets hurt and she's like, "I can't tell when Orgone energy is." Like, well, now you're completely useless.
But then at the end of the most recent episode, boom, live blaster at the ready.
And her live blaster is the coolest.
Is so cheap.
It's awesome.
Like, it's heat-seeking.
It's aimed.
Oh,
it's
man,
so awesome.
Momo and Moko and the other guy, like, they got wrecked. It
Yeah.
wasn't even fair. But this series is just up to the ante. So good. Because Puck taking over the guy's body, and, I mean, just
I saw that coming.
taking hold of that girl,
I think we
though.
both saw that
Like,
coming.
oh,
Yo, man, he banged that secretary hard.
yeah, Puck was ready.
How the hell does he know how to have sex? He's a robot.
Puck does not lie.
I hate that line so much. If you say that over and over, it's obvious that you're probably lying.
Yeah, but Puck never did lie. He always avoided every
He
question.
did. It's true.
So,
I hate Puck. He
Anyways,
sucks.
Captain Earth is still amazing. I love the side characters, like the designer children are actually beginning to think about things. Like they're beginning to,
I don't know. They've other than Amarok and Moko, the rest have been just doing nothing.
even though they're in the opening now, the other ones with like super revealing spacesuits.
They've always been like that.
Yeah, no, whatever.
So in the preview, it showed that they're actually gonna work together, like not go one at a time. They're actually gonna like team up because now that Puck is in the guy's body, he can give them everything they need, I guess. So maybe they can send more than one mech at Daichi.
And we now have 3 mechs that can go in outer space.
Yeah, we got the Flare, the Nebula, and the Earth Engine.
What's the flare?
That's Hannah's one.
How do you know it's called the flare?
It said so in the preview. It's called the Flare Engine.
Okay. I don't ever watch previews. Captain Earth still awesome, still battling for first place over Aldnoah Zero. If Aldnoah Zero comes out,
Captain Earth is just so good.
Yeah.
By the way, the kiss scene with Daichi and Hannah, perfect. It was so beautiful.
really good.
The starry backdrop was amazing. I love how what's the girl's name? What's the Malho Shoujo's name?
just
Yukari? Akari.
Yeah, Akari.
I love how Akari's like, well, we can't interrupt them.
Yeah.
I don't like how she didn't pull a move on Teppei. I'm still waiting for her to put the moves on Teppei. Show him your belly button. Do something.
Belly button forte. Oh, that Hannah belly button forte. Oh, whatever.
It worked pretty well.
Okay, so Captain Earth is awesome.
It is.
Just still
It's
no
still
words.
good.
It's getting so good. All the build up is so good. All the stuff about the bloom and then the mech and then it's just finally the world's coming together. I love that they haven't revealed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So baby steps. I'm not caught up. I got about halfway through the episode, so don't blame me if I don't really know what's going on here.
I
But
like how far did you get?
when he started messing with him, like he was playing with his racket.
Oh, okay, you stopped there. Yeah, so basically, minor spoilers. He messes with him. Ichon wins like 2 or 3 sets, but then the guy starts getting going and he just destroys him with power. So, like, I think the guy won the entire first thing, but it's like best of 3 or whatever. If you know what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
I
he
see.
won the first 7 matches.
Wait, what do you mean minor spoiler? I don't even need to watch the episode now.
Nah, no,
Control
you need to watch
yourself,
it. What do you
man.
mean? It's minor
I
spoiler.
asked you not to spoil it.
You knew he was going to
You
lose.
ruined. I didn't know.
Well, he hasn't lost.
I believed in HN.
He hasn't lost yet.
I know
best
it's
of
best
3.
of 3. You have loose lips. Man.
Don't worry about it. So,
Oh, jeez Louise.
it's baby steps, okay? It's not Attack on Titan, which I spoiled for somebody else, and I feel bad about that. Sorry, Angelo. So,
Spoil that for me too.
no, I didn't. You asked me to tell you, so I told you.
Yeah.
It's not. You can't even. The nice thing about this episode is how Achon tries to counter his power with technique and strategies, because the other guy is completely against that kind of stuff. Arya just wants to. He believes in his speed and power. Achon says himself. He doesn't need a strategy because he can overpower everybody. And this is Achon just struggling with like the limits of his own body. Like, I can't jump that far to get the ball, so I need to come up with a different strategy, or I have to know ahead of time. And the guy's like, he's predicting where I'm going to move my ball, but I'm not going to change where I'm going to move it because he's not going to be able to catch me anyway.
Oh, interesting.
So
Yeah.
the entire episode is really interesting. The match is still going on. And I love how everybody in the audience who's played Achan or has seen him play is like, he may be losing, but he's not going to go down like this. It's Achan. He'll figure something out.
Yeah, everyone's like rooting for him. Classic shonen or sports shonen or whatever.
It was interesting how Natsu and then the other girl who likes him came up and then like, this would never happen in real life. Every time it cuts them, they're like holding each other in a different way. Like in one scene, they're like holding hands. Another scene, they're like, they have their hands in front of each other and they're like touching them. Like, no girl does that. I've never
Why
seen
were
that
they
happen in
doing
real
that?
life. It's just, they're cheering for each other. That's how they cheer. It makes no sense. Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, Akame ga Kill. Now this one
This is good.
came out of nowhere. I haven't seen the second episode. You're not gonna speak about it at all. Do you
I'll
hear
just
me?
say it has more action.
Okay,
It's-
good.
It's so
Just
much good
don't
action.
speak about it. Okay, what I liked about this first episode was the world was cool. They talked about different nations. Okay, the main character is super likable.
Did they talk about different nations?
Yeah, they're like there's one and then two different nations, and you
Oh.
could be posted at the border. Whatever. The main character Tatsumi is super likable.
He is. He's funny.
I really liked how he had an opportunity to meet his friends. It was very optimistic. But then when this anime did that turn to the dark, it was dark and it was gory and it was awesome.
It was great.
Like it was so intense, and how like Tatsumi made that twist and slashed that girl down. Oh man, I'm excited to see where this is gonna go.
I don't like Akame right now. She's every single, I'm using air quotes here, badass silent girl that's ever existed who's busty and has long hair. Yeah, that doesn't sound like Asuna at all. It's just, she's really generic and she doesn't have anything that I consider likable until the very last part of the second episode where she does something and she actually shows emotion. Then I kind of liked it. I like Leon. She's really funny. She seems like a very much older sister character to Tatsumi. She rips him apart so many times, just like verbally, and it's really funny. Other than that, Blood. Oh my god. Oh, you haven't watched
No.
the second episode. Oh, there's a joke. When he's introduced, there's a joke, and it's amazing.
Okay, just tell it.
It's okay. So he's working out, like, and he's all buff and he's muscular and shows his abs. And then Leon is like, "This is Blood," and he's like, "Oh, this guy in armor." He's like, "Oh," and then she's like, "He's gay," and he's like, "Don't worry about it." And then Tatsumi's like, "He didn't deny it." It was really funny.
Is that why you said it gets easier? Ew.
Mine is the painkiller girl with the gun. She's every single Soon that has ever existed, voiced by the girl who voices every single Soon that has ever existed. You know the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. It's Taiga. It's her.
It's pretty much Taiga, yeah.
And it's the exact same Soon. And then the way it looks like right now is he gets passed on to each of the members for individual training. Episode 2 is Akame. Next episode is supposed to be Mine. So it's like that. I really like the way it's going, mostly because the action is so good. I love how gory this anime is. It's so brutal. The second episode has no action until the very end.
You had no faith
it's
in this
perfect.
anime at the beginning.
No, I was like, this is generic. Oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I still, even, okay, it's very obvious that he's going to fall in love with Akame. You see it coming. It's definitely going to happen. It's definitely starting to happen. But I do like how in the majority of the second episode, he keeps saying, I don't like her because she tried to kill me. Which is valid.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is top 3 for sure.
It's exciting. And it's
the
good.
One, it's this one I look forward to every week. It's so good.
Okay, so Blue Spring Ride. You haven't watched this one yet.
Nope.
It's a pretty generic but kind of good romance where the girl, Futaba, is a really silent girl in middle school, and she meets this guy named Ko who has a different last name that I don't remember.
Do they look like they're middle schoolers?
Yeah.
Okay.
In middle school. It's raining, they meet under the shrine, they have this really cute moment. Ko is really gently spoken, he's shorter than everyone else, it's really nice. Then they go on a date or whatever, or they're about to, and then the guy doesn't show up to the date. He asked her out, she didn't go out to the shrine. All summer long, she waited to talk to him to make up, and then he had moved schools. And she's like, oh, this sucks. High school comes, she's a completely different person. She's kind of changed her life around because she noticed that when she was in high school, or middle school in Japan, a soft-spoken cute girl gets a lot of attention, right?
Okay.
So she changed herself to be a very non-sex appeal, eats a lot, loud girl, right? Just to try to get rid of that because she wanted to be popular with the girls and not the guys.
All right.
So she's going out like that. Then she meets she sees a guy who looks like Ko, but has a different last name called Mabuchi, and she's like, this is weird. So she finally talks to him. And he goes, no, it's not my name. My name's Mabuchi. She goes, okay. So then she's walking, and they're walking the same way. Go back to the shrine. And he turns in and says, so you finally seen me. I've been with you since high school or whatever. He's like, but you're such a different person. And he's now a little more bitter, sarcastic, kind of Levi-like.
Wait. So he didn't move?
His parents divorced. and a huge amount of crap happened in his family, and he did move away.
He did move.
Then he
okay.
moved back when they had figured out custody and stuff.
Okay.
And he got really bitter and changed from that. And now
Makes
he's not
sense.
soft-spoken, he's more harsh. So now there's two characters.
So he's me.
Yeah, and he said, I loved you, but that can't happen anymore. And he moved on.
Why not?
Because she's different, he's different, they're in high school.
Oh, they're not the same people that
No,
fell
they're
in love.
completely different.
Okay.
And so it seems really, really interesting about the characters and where it's going, and the art's really beautiful. I don't know, I'm interested in it. Like, the dynamics seem pretty nice.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Yeah. It's worth the watch. It's really beautiful.
So you're liking it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, speaking of liking it, Monthly Girls, Nozaki.
Okay,
is-
I have a confession to make.
What?
This is my favorite anime of the season.
Okay, I have a confession to make too. It's
It's
really
so
funny.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I love how it just turns all the shoujo tropes on its head. It's fantastic.
Okay, I've only seen the first episode, but it was so funny. Like, the tandem bike riding scene was hilarious. It was so good, and all the misunderstandings, and it's so funny. Does it get better?
It gets so much better in the
okay.
second episode. Miko Shiba, who's introduced in episode 2, is amazing. You find out how Nozaki gets inspiration for his characters, because if he doesn't, he bases all his characters off people he knows in real life. Otherwise, he can only draw one character. The main character in the manga is his like default character that he can only draw. Everyone else like based off other people.
The girls and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
really?
Miko Shiba is the. Can I just tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is the heroine in the
Oh,
show?
really?
Yeah, because Sakura's like, so who is Miko Shiba? He's like, oh, he calls him Miko-rin, by the way. Okay, funny thing about him, though, because he's like abrasive and everything, and he's like, she asked him like, how do you call him Miko-rin? That's such a cute name for him. And it's because he'll say stupid stuff. He'll like call you like a lamb or something, and he'll like call you sweetheart. He'll act like a playboy, but he gets really embarrassed after that, and he just kind of shuts down. And then he'll yell at you for that and call you an idiot.
Baka!
And it's just so funny. And then they had an exact conversation, Sakura and him, that was in the manga that he wrote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he says something and he gets embarrassed and quiets down, and she's reading the manga and shows the thoughts. She's like, I'm so embarrassed, I'm such an idiot. And then she looks at his face, the exact same. It's so funny. Oh man, I love this.
The series
anime.
is good.
It's so good.
It's an excellent twist on the shoujo kind of take. It's not cheesy. All this stuff. It's really good.
It's fantastic. And Sakura doesn't like, I don't know what's the word, like, she's not all over Nozaki-kun all the time. Like, she's only blushing sometimes. Most of the time she can actually act normal around him, which is like real life, so that's good.
I just had a thought. We're only talking about the anime that have come out on Crunchy. We haven't even done research on what's simulcasting off Crunchy.
Nope.
Okay, so when we're done this list, if you guys know of any really, really great anime that are coming out off Crunchy, like on like Kiss Anime or something like that, then let us know so we can actually review it, because, yeah, we're at a pretty small list. Speaking of anime.
That's a terrible segue.
Sword
Here, wait,
art?
no, I'll help you.
Okay.
I was thinking about buying you a sword for your wedding.
Why? I only do art.
Oh.
Maybe I'll meet you online later?
Oh my god, it's so bad. All right, high five. It's terrible. Terrible. I love it.
Okay, so Sword Art Online 2.
That was like adjusting out of our seats because we just couldn't sit. Like,
It's sweaty back.
all right.
Okay.
So, Sword Art Online 2. First of all, Death Gun. Really?
Excuse me, you said it wrong.
Desugun.
Thank you.
God damn it. I'm not joking. Every time they say his name, I laugh out loud.
Okay, the problem is because they're still introducing him. When they go, Desugun, like, introduce the name. When it's in casual conversation, it's not that bad. But there is an abhorrent amount of English drops here.
This is so
yes.
bad.
Like, why would you even say yes?
Speaking English, back to Aldnoah Zero. Dude, a guy swore.
Yeah, he did.
What the hell? I've
Said
never
the
seen that before.
He said the F-bomb.
And another guy, what it said was translated to dickhead for some reason.
Yeah,
which I don't think he
the
actually
missile
said.
shot over, dickhead!
That's your reaction when a missile comes at you? Oh my god.
Okay, so anyway, Sword Art Online, Death Gun is one of the main bad guys. He's able to shoot people and kill them in real life. Kirito, of course, because he has all of the skills to do this, is being contracted by the government to do research. And so pretty much the whole last 2 episodes was a build-up of Kirito and Asuna's relationship, how the world's looking a year after.
I like Kirito's new outfit in the elf world.
Yeah.
It's just like a slightly updated version of what he had before. I like that short hair again because his avatar in the elf world was really dumb.
Well,
Asuna is the exact same but with blue hair.
Asuna even mentioned that he let his hair go a little long in real life.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
So,
okay, Death Gun, as stupid as his name is, I love his design. He looks really cool.
he does.
The game Gun Gale, I wasn't interested until they showed there's actually monsters, and now I see the potential in it.
Yeah.
And that there's energy weapons and stuff.
Energy weapons, and I like the balance. Like, the physical weapons are faster shooting, and you can't really block them unless with body armor. Energy weapons can be blocked with energy shields, and then there's, like,
And they're good
physical,
against monsters.
electric. There's energy weapons, and then there's physical, like, weapons, like, not guns. And the way that girl, Shino, killed that behemoth guy
That was really
pretty
cool,
sweet.
except for when she said G-Endo.
G-Endo.
So dumb. No, it was the same way they said it in Kuroko.
The
and it
end.
was
What?
terrible.
What?
Why is it so hard to say?
What anime said the end all the time? That was like a boss or something. The end. The end. I don't know. Something. Some anime or a video game of some kind used the end as a way to, like, as a name or something. I don't know. Help me out, please.
Yeah, okay. All right. So Sword Art. Okay, I came into this wanting to not like it because honestly, Sword Art's not good.
You were hating on it as much as I was hating on Chaika at the beginning.
It's true. I was hating on. Okay, but honestly, like, hey, what do you want to do with your life? I want to be your bride. What the hell's wrong with you?
Maybe she just really loves him, man. Being a bride is a pretty sweet thing.
Have more aspirations. Being a bride should be complimentary to you what you actually want to do.
Of course.
It shouldn't be the thing you want. Just getting married should not be a life, like the life goal, you know? It should be a life goal.
Okay, does anybody know when that guy offered Kirito payment, he held up 3 fingers? You said 300,000. It could be more.
Yeah, it could be more.
What do you guys know what that means? Anybody have the answer to
It
that?
just means a lot of money. That's all.
So if I
like that Kirito. He's funny.
Yeah. He seems like the kind of like brother, uncle, awkward dad kind of guy.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Anyways, I'm pumped about Sword Art Online because honestly, as slightly flawed and paste-ridden badness that was Sword Art Online 1 and kind of half 1.
The biggest issue Sword Art has, and it can be rectified, it honestly can, but I don't know if they're going to do it because so far they haven't, is that Kirito is a goddamn Mary Sue character. He exists solely for wish fulfillment, and that has yet to change. But they can change it.
Well, he's becoming a woman. I'm interested to see...
Wish fulfillment, Spencer. Come on.
Oh, okay. For what fans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, come on. I play a female girl. I play a female in Guild Wars.
Sure, but you weren't the female girl. It could be different for Kirito, but it's the same for us.
I actually really like, what's her name? Shino?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her a lot. Yeah. She's interesting.
They spent 3/4 of one episode introducing her character.
Yeah.
That was a long time.
I'm pretty sure what's going to happen with Asuna and the other girls is that they're just going to be side characters that barely show up. Asuna will probably show up a lot more. Suga, who is still my favorite character in this anime, had a small cameo, and it wasn't even her. It was her stupid elf avatar. I want to see actual Suga, but... And the other 2 girls were part of his harem, but not really, because Kirito has no interest.
Who are those 2 girls?
Okay, there was Liz, who was the one who made it in Blue Sword, if you remember. And they killed the dragon together. And the little lolly girl who he saved and he used to, like, bring out other people. They were in Sword Art.
Oh, they were in the actual, like, on crowd or whatever?
No, they were... Yeah.
They weren't in Fairy World?
No.
Okay, I don't remember anyone from Fairy World. On crowd or whatever it was called was the more memorable.
Because that was the good part of Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing about Sword Art is despite its lackluster story, which it still is lackluster, and despite Kirito being a badly written character, is the action is really, really good. And the worlds are generally pretty... They're pretty.
Log Horizon's better, though.
Log Horizon's better in every single way. But, okay, the action's still good. I don't like Gun Gale. I don't like the world. It's every FPS we've seen is brown and dirty and kind of boring. But
it's a little fantasy, though.
But when she went into the city, that gives me hope.
Yeah.
Because the city was nice. Even though it was like destroyed city, I hope there's gonna be more fantasy elements.
The world looked pretty fantasy, though. It didn't look like a classic ruined Tokyo kind of thing.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't know why Kirito has a lightsaber. That doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
I don't know. In Gun Gale Online, why would they give him a sword? Why not make him... Swords, honestly, are cooler to watch than guns, in my opinion. Except snipers, because that's...
But he's gonna be totally... Like, he's gonna bullshit with it and, like, block every single bullet that comes his way.
Kirito has to cheat in order to become good.
It's so lame.
Yeah.
Why can't it be, like
they
okay?
dropped his stats in from the other game and into the fairy world, right?
That one, actually, that did make sense because they, like, basically just took the engine from Sword Art and then, like, rewrote a little bit. This is a completely different game, so we can't do that. So they have to have some way to have him get a power
Well, maybe
spike.
swords actually do exist in this world.
It's not that. It's just that it's an FPS. Why do you use a sword in FPS?
But it's a freaking lightsaber. That's awesome.
But it's still stupid.
It has to make vroom,
just use
vroom,
guns. I
vroom,
mean, I know he
vroom,
uses a handgun
vroom.
because I saw it in the opening. Also, Kirito's a girl. Doesn't actually look all that good. He just looks like, He looks like Asuna.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so this one.
That's enough about that.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Okay, Sailor Moon. There's only been one episode released as far as I'm aware so far. Faithful, extremely faithful recreation of the original.
And it's really cool for me because I watched Sailor Moon on TV in English dub, probably 2 episodes, probably like 30 episodes apart. So I don't know anything about the story. I knew there was a cat that talked. I knew there was a blonde girl who transformed. And that was it. I've never seen Sailor Moon in my life.
Hearing her being called Usagi instead of Meatball Head is really weird because I'm just used to her being called that so much.
But oh my goodness, her voice makes me want to punch somebody. I think I described it as
you had best.
You take a kitten from her new mother, and you shave it.
It's gonna take a while.
Cut it in half, gut it. Okay, then you take the kitten's skin, wrap it around a dead, naked mole rat. Okay, give it back to the mother kitten, latch its sharp teeth onto the nipple of the mother cat, and let the mother cat pretend that's the actual kitten. Okay, then smash every single kitten, and then kill the mother in front of the owner. That's how I feel. That kind of sadness, that distress, is how I feel when I listen to this girl's voice, because it bothers me so much.
Usagi's voice is pretty goddamn grating. And you know what? She actually acts like a 14-year-old, like she's supposed to.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. But she doesn't look like a 14-year-old. She looks like she's in college.
Yeah, she does.
She's tall, man. Holy crap.
She's like everybody's tall in that universe.
I'm not a fan of the face. The face is kind of, I don't know. It's the pouting she does.
But
Don't
Tuxedo Mask looks good.
He's always looked good. I hope they don't change his transformation because in the original Sailor Moon, his transformation was literally, it was dumb. It was like a cop-out, but I really liked it where he picked up a hat, he threw it at the screen, the hat would come back and he'd be transformed.
Okay, listen. We've said this before a million times. We strongly believe that every anime studio has to sign a contract to have at least one CGI section in every episode. We believe that strongly.
Yep.
Look at frickin' Sword Art Online. They cast a CG shadow on Kirito body just to prove that the waiter was there. And then that really awkward shoot the gun out of the Ethernet plug thing. Like, okay,
That was
the
pretty
CGI
bad.
in Sword Art Online is horrible. Okay, but there has to be one section of CGI everywhere. Full Metal Alchemist had it. Like
Where?
Greed or Envy. Envy's body was CGI.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Envy's body was
and it was
CGI.
the only thing that they ever had that was CGI.
And it fit actually pretty well.
But it's like, I thought it was really bad looking.
Oh, really?
But you have to have it. And so now, in Sailor Moon, all the transformations are done in CGI.
So the transformations, 2 things. 1, less nudity than before, which I'm okay with because they're 14 years old, even though they don't look like it. 2, 3 things. It's really colorful and bright, and I really like that. 3, oh my god, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay,
Those eyes, man.
The body's fine. When her eyes are closed, which they're supposed to be when she's transforming until the end, she's fine. But when she opens those lifeless, like Terminator eyes, I get scared. Like, I legitimately am scared. It's creepy. It's very, very deep in
And then
Uncanny Valley.
the opening has all of the girls in like CG.
It looks awful.
I mean, the opening is great. It makes it pretty, like, it looks pretty hardcore. But it's still like,
yeah,
the CG is so bad.
it's terrible. So bad.
So, that is pretty much all we're going to be covering this season.
At least for now.
For now, Raj is going to be checking out some of those anime that he hasn't watched yet, giving his word on it. I'm going to see if I'm wrong. Am I wrong in that a bunch of the seasons are going to be just like super sexual, lame-o girl anime that aren't interesting? Or interesting but not really worth covering because they're just another drop in the generic puddle of gross anime? Or did we miss any? This is where you guys have to sound off on Twitter, our email, jamesandbrownpodcast@gmail.com, our YouTube channel on the comment section below. And you guys, what?
No, usually I'm the one that says it's kind of weird that you're saying it now. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah. You guys gotta let us know, right? Like, it's the beginning of a new season. If you feel like there's an episode out there that is legitimately good, and remember, I will shut it down if it is completely gross etchy. Raj may watch it, and Raj will shut it down if he disapproves of some lame something. He has You have weird standards.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how to explain what you're going to shut down or not, but you shut things down so quick. I don't know. But anyways, it might not pass by the filter. I mean, our producer may stop you. We don't have a producer. I wish.
We will one day, maybe.
Maybe no.
Maybe your wife can be the producer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways,
Anyways,
you said something. You gave your own speech at the wedding, and you actually said something that touched me.
I made that up on the spot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Man, it moved me. It really did. I'm gonna paraphrase here, but Spencer said something along the lines you live your life every day, and you always wonder, did I do enough? Have I made a difference today? Has this day just been a waste? And then today, on your wedding day, when people come here and they tell you about the difference you've made in your life, you think, yeah, I'm living for a good reason. I've done something.
Oh yeah,
that got me right here, man. Oh,
I forgot that I said that.
Good.
But it's true, you know. Like you go to bed and you're like, whose lives did I actually like touch today? But then everyone who goes to your wedding speaks out and says, you know, I watched you do this. I watched you live in integrity. I watched blah 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 blah, and you inspired me. But you would have never known that unless it was a big event like that. But I don't know. Thanks, man. It's good. Came from the heart. Janelle didn't want to say anything. She's just standing there.
Yeah, I noticed.
She's so cute. Whatever. So anyways, if you think that Dramatical Murder is worth watching, or Free does not have too much sexual male fan service, or Rail Wars is a perfect balance of ecchi and action.
You guys can force me to watch season 2 of Free, but I'm not going to watch season 1. I'm not going to put myself through.
You can't watch season 2 of Free if you haven't watched season 1.
I can do it.
There's too much
Nah.
story.
Yeah, there's so much plot. Using air quotes. Watch it for the plot, man.
Okay. So I'm going on a week and a half hiatus. So Raj may do a live stream, may not, to cover up all that stuff. I can't
guarantee. If you want
guarantee
information on the live stream that I may or may not do, please follow us on Twitter at Jamie Podcast, because that's where I'll be announcing it, and any times and such. Oh, I'm gonna have to take your microphone then, because I'm gonna need this
fine.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. So I am actually. You go first. I never go first.
Yeah. Are we ending this?
I think we're done.
Okay. All right, then. I'm Roger James Brown.
And I'm Spencer James and Brown.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, I guess.
Probably 2 weeks.
Around, yeah.
Two Thursdays or something from now? 2 Saturdays from now?
Yeah.
Probably 3 Saturdays from now. I don't know what weekday would be better.
We'll figure it out. We're going on another hiatus.
Sorry, guys, but it's just
too many of these. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, hey, we're still following, watching, loving anime, and we're always available on Twitter where we can just chat with you guys.
Yep. I want to give a small apology to Bearded Monkey on Twitter. You asked me why I didn't like Gachemon crowds, and I gave you a lot of reasons to not like Gachemon crowds. There was one point.
Did he not respond after that?
No, he didn't. Oh. Which makes me think
Did we lose him as a follower?
No, he's still here.
Oh,
but I think I may have been a bit too harsh on Gachemon crowds.
Maybe he was a little too salty.
There was one part where I said the CGI is so bad I've seen my dog take shits with smoother animation. I gotta high five myself for that line. Well done, Raj. Well done. Anyway, let's end this. I'm Roger James Brown.
That's Spencer James Brown.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, I guess, with more summer anime.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.